Hello, it's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another episode of the History of Comics podcast. This time with another edition of the classics, where we'll be featuring the Harlem Hellfighters by writer Max Brooks and artist Caanan White. This is a fantastic true story about the 369th Infantry Regiment that served for the United States during World War II that was completely composed of black soldiers who, sadly at the time, we were still dealing with segregated times, but these soldiers volunteered to serve to fight in World War I and did so bravely. They are, in fact, one of the most decorated regiments of World War I who, despite the fact that when they went home, they were treated as second-class citizens. And then the book does a great job depicting both the horrors of war, but also the horrors of what these men and brave heroes went through, both when they were put in segregated groups and bases, having even at one point having to trade in the South where they couldn't even get cars to get them to the base because taxi cabs wouldn't take black soldiers even though they were serving their country. And then when they get to France, and France actually welcomed them with open arms because the more troops the better as far as they're concerned. They didn't care what color they were at that point. But sure enough, they were when the Americans officially entered in, they were still treated as second class, even though they fought bravely and brilliantly. And yeah, this is just a great example of what the comic books can really do. And Max Brooks does a great job of showing all the details, kind of condensing numerous characters and so forth. It's not a completely accurate history, but it's hopefully enough to make you want to pick up the real history and stuff. But it's a great read in general. It does a great job as a tribute to these brave soldiers. And of course, Caanan White's art, which is done in crisp black and white realistic style, really shows everything from the horrors of both racism and segregation to the trench warfare of World War I. So yeah, if you're looking for a more serious educational comic book, look no further than the Harlem Hellfighters, because it's a more recent book, but it is by all accounts a true classic by any measure.
Look, we gotta talk.
Yeah, Thunder Talk.
We're going all kinds of sideways with that sweet nerd junk.
Woke nerd junk.
It's topical.
Political.
Dare I say radical.
We've got all your latest news and reviews.
Hot music.
And a whole lot of comedy.
But it ain't for kids.
Definitely mature content.
So let's talk.
Let's talk Thunder Talk.
Thunder Talk is a proud member of the ESO network.
Now is December 3rd, 2021. Time for the favorite comic book of the week. Wonder Woman Historia #1 by Kelly Sue DeConnick and Phil Jimenez, which is a great new black label in their giant magazine format they've been producing from DC lately that tells the beginning of the Amazon tribes as Hera, the goddess of the goddess of the Greek gods, sets about to unite the other Greek goddesses to basically set up a whole tribe of women, which they're going to call the Amazons, to get just ditch men because they say they're tired of men, and they even make a campaign to Zeus and the fellow male gods that, hey, men are worthless. It's all their fault. Sue DeConnick does a great job just really not only telling some great medieval, Greek mythology history, but also modern day dynamics. Even though there's a nice feminist bent to this story, she doesn't go all out in saying that it actually points out that, hey, some of the goddesses aren't exactly into this plan. They say, no, not all men are bad, and for the record, not all women are good. And the male goddesses actually hold their own fairly well when they make the arguments against this, even though the plan still goes into place. Now, of course, all this leads up to, of course, the eventual creation of Wonder Woman in this Black Label title. But first things first, you have to get the Amazons first, and they're depicted brilliantly by Phil Jimenez. This is some of the most detailed, beautiful art you'll ever see. Like, each tribe of the Amazons, based on the goddesses they are from, is beautiful, detailed, instantly recognizable. This gorgeous art. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It is art. The art in this alone is just a masterpiece. I mean, when matched by DeConnick's writing, this is just beautiful. And yeah, and I go ahead and warn you now, this book is $7.99 for this one magazine. Well worth it. Get it. This gorgeous from beginning to end. And yeah, the Black Label, these magazines, they've been hit or miss sometime. But this one is a clear hit. So yeah, if you're looking for a good comic book, heck, this would be a nice gift for some people who are looking for a cool comic book to introduce to new readers. Wonder Woman, his story, I cannot recommend it enough. It is so good. And of course, with that, it's with the holidays after Black Friday in my house, it's officially Christmas time. So happy holidays to everyone and whatever you celebrate. Hope you enjoy it, and hope you're looking for a few stocking stuffers. Look out for some good comic books. If you're looking for a good educational comic book, check out the Harlem Hellfighters, because that is a true classic.